We're here together, standing on sacred property, a synagogue, a house of prayer, where 24 hours ago saw terrorism in the worst of way. I walk 2-3 footsteps when I hear a loud bang. I thought Lori may have fell, or the table tipped over in the lobby right here. I turn around and I see a sight that undescribable. Here is a young man standing with a rifle, pointing right at me. And I look at him. He had sunglasses on. I couldn't see his eyes. I couldn't see his soul. And more shots came running right at me. And I lifted up my hands. I lost my index finger on this hand after 4 hours of surgery yesterday. They're trying to save the index finger on the left hand. I turned around and I saw the children that were playing in the banquet hall. I ran to gather them together. Mr. Almog, Israeli war veteran, who's only too familiar with these types of scenes, ran into the banquet hall, gathered more children. He got a bullet in his leg, risking himself to save the children. And little Noah Dahan, who was hit by shrapnel in her leg and very close to her eye. Miraculously, just miraculously, the gun jammed. And many of times I would say, Jonathan, you work for the Border Patrol. Please arm yourself when you are here. We never know when we'll need it. As soon as the gun jammed and as soon as the shouting was going on, he jumped up in pursuit. Oscar Stewart, a former soldier, jumped into action. He tried to tackle down the gunman. The gunman just exited, ran away, got into his car. This is all I understand from hearsay. I didn't see it. And Jonathan pursued him and was able to discharge his weapon and got the car a few times. And I see Lori laying on the floor unconscious. And her dear husband, Dr. Howard Kaye, who's like a brother to me, is trying to resuscitate her. And he faints. And he's laying there on the floor next to his wife. And then the daughter Hannah comes out screaming, Daddy and Mommy, what's going on? This is the most heart-wrenching sight I could have seen. Yesterday, this horrific, terrible event that has occurred here. In my own interpretation, Lori took the bullet for all of us. She died to protect all of us. I received a personal phone call from our President Donald Trump. I was amazed to answer the phone and say the Secretary of the White House is calling. And he spent close to 10-15 minutes with me on the phone. And it's the first time I have ever spoken to a President of the United States of America. He shared with me condolences on behalf of the United States of America. And we spoke about the moment of silence. And he spoke about his love of peace and Judaism and Israel. And he was just so comforting that I'm really grateful to our President for taking the time and making that effort to share with us his comfort and consolation.